welcome to another episode of FortinetLIVE. I'm Aamir Lakhani, a FortiGuard engineer and researcher. Now today, actually this month is my favorite month, Halloween first of all, but also Cybersecurity Awareness Month. One of the things in Cybersecurity Awareness Months that we see at FortiGuard Labs is we always try and look at the attacks that are coming out and what are the most prominent attacks. Of course, like every year and pretty much like every month, phishing is like number one on top of mind. It's the number one attack vector that we see. Phishing is usually used by attackers as the primary method of attacking systems. We see phishing all the time, and attackers are getting more and more sophisticated with phishing. We see phishing on emails. We see phishing on mobile devices. We're even seeing phishing on multi-factor authentication, with attackers using multi-factor authentication fatigue attacks. Phishing is all over the place. You know, my mom actually recently got a phone call from the IRS on the phone, and I was telling her, you know what? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. It's not really real. It's a type of phishing attack. Now, luckily at FortiGuard Labs, we have a lot of training and security awareness training, and I got the man here today, Rob, who's going to tell us all about like security awareness and what we offer at FortiGuard and Fortinet for security awareness.
Hey, Aamir, how are you? Good to see you. So yeah, I'd love to talk about our security awareness and training service. You know, this is something that we launched a couple of years ago, and we're really seeing a lot of focus on it right now, and particularly with it being Security Awareness Month. You know, one of the reasons that we launched this service a couple of years ago is our view that you know, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility, and everyone needs to have a fundamental understanding of cybersecurity and things like phishing being so prevalent. So, you know, the service that we've developed and made available is you know, something that is offered as a SaaS-based offering, you know, software as a service, so that it's very easy to install and implement. But you know, there's really a couple components to it. Obviously, with it being security awareness and training, there's the training aspect of it. But we've also provided a really great platform so that organizations, no matter if you're a small organization or a large enterprise, you've got a platform to be able to get this training content to all of your users in a very easy, very cost-effective way, in many cases completely free. And I'll talk about that a bit more later on. But you know, the great thing about this security awareness training is that it's built by our training experts here at Fortinet, but it's also been built based on NIST guidelines. So if there's organizations out there, you know, obviously with US-based organizations, a lot of their initiatives are aligned with NIST standards, and that's what we've developed this service with as well. So it's become a blueprint for this service offering. And you know, one of the additions over and above the training content, we provide tools, resources, tip sheets, you know, things to keep awareness top of mind. Our philosophy is that security awareness is not a training event. It's about building a culture within your organization, and that's what we've added to the training, to really create a tool set and a platform to be able to really improve your security posture with every organization or every employee in the organization. And one thing that you'll love, of course, is that we leverage FortiGuard Labs. You know, as you guys are doing research and finding out what are the latest trends, what are the things that are top of mind, the most important security vectors, then we really focus in on building training to align with that and push it out through this platform so that the training is as timely as possible. So again, this is a service that came out a couple of years ago, but we've recently just launched a brand new version of it with a lot more features and a lot more content.
So Rob, I love some of the things you're saying, because, you know, one of the things that I'm always reminded about is the famous saying from Muhammad Ali, where he says, you know, you can't hit what you can't see. And I always think about security awareness in that way, because I always have especially a lot of researchers, a lot of seasoned veterans telling me, you know what, I've really kind of gone through the methods. I really don't need to do security awareness training. And I always tell them, you're wrong, because we're always seeing new methods of how attackers are getting into organizations. We just recently recently released our threat landscape report, the latest version of our threat landscape report, and we saw there was over 10,000 new variants of ransomware. Now, one of the things when we started looking at ransomware is like all the methods that ransomware was getting into organizations, especially when we look at like incident response and look at forensics and kind of look at the, basically look at the back end of what really happened. And we still see like so many people are just missing the basics. And I think that's what I love from what I've seen about the security awareness training. Like, how are you guys like kind of building on top and like kind of like taking into account someone that really doesn't know anything, like someone that's like getting into the field versus someone that's like a seasoned SOC professional, and what are the training kind of methods that are available to them?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. So with our security awareness and training service offering, it's really geared towards anyone in an organization, whether you're in a technical role, whether you're in a non-technical role. As you said, even seasoned technical professionals. We need to keep these things top of mind. So taking the training on an ongoing basis, an annual basis. Even here at Fortinet, all of our employees take security awareness training annually. It's a requirement as an employee, every employee in the company, just to keep it top of mind. But we're also looking at customizing training for different industries as well. An example being within the education sector, we participated in a White House summit back in June around cybersecurity, workforce, and education initiatives. And one of our commitments coming out of that White House summit is we decided to give this service away for free to every school district in the U.S. And that potentially is going to provide free cyber training for approximately 8 million education workers in the U.S. So as part of that, we decided to take the content and create an education-specific version of it. So all of the training for that industry is relevant. We're using examples that school teachers, for example, would be able to relate to very easily. And because of that initiative, we're now starting to build content that's very industry-specific for other sectors as well, so that it's not just generic. It's training that people can really relate to. And again, I really like to emphasize the fact that it is more than just training content. It's resources. It's high resolution print posters for your cafterias, 8.5 by 11 tip sheets that you can put in your cube, so that it's this idea of always there, always front of mind. It's not just a training event.
Wow, that actually sounds amazing. I'm actually a little envious that I didn't have that when I was like growing up and going to high school. I think the resources available right now are just so massive and so wonderful, and Fortinet making that available. Like first of all, like if someone's like listening, if they're a student or a teacher and they're not part of this program, what do they have to do to get signed up? Do they just go to a website, or is there someone they contact to get their school signed up to get into this program?
Well, certainly there's training available at different levels. So as an individual, in fact, we have a much larger training organization here at Fortinet that provides training for a number of different roles. So if you're an individual and you want to get access to the training, you can go to our website, training.fortinet.com, and access literally hundreds of hours of free training content. But for the school districts in the US, we're doing this at the district level. So we have a large team of people that are interacting at the district level and deploying these as pretty large scale initiatives, so that we're actually addressing, in some cases, hundreds of schools all at the same time by pushing it out district level. And our goal, of course, is to get this training out to as many of those 8 million employees as we possibly can. So I'd say if you're a teacher within a school or an administrator, reach out to someone at your district and ask them, first of all, if they're aware of the initiative. There may already be something in the works, and if not, certainly send an email to training@fortinet.com, and we can connect you with the right people internally.
Man, that sounds awesome. A lot of resources available. With all these resources available, I always, I'm always talking to like engineers, to people at conferences about the training resources that we have. Like, how many people have we like trained for the institution? Like, what's going on? Like, how many people have actually like gone through the programs?
Yeah, so there's we're talking primarily here about security awareness training, but we also have what's called our network security expert program, and that's something that's was launched about 7.5 years ago, and that's training that's focused more on engineers and technical roles, and we provide training and certification. We do it through our own trainers directly. We have an ecosystem of almost 100 academic partners around the world that provide this training with us as well. And together with that ecosystem of training partners, very, very pleased to say that just about 2 weeks ago, we surpassed the 1 million mark. We've issued over 1 million network security expert certifications globally. And it's not just here and there in a couple of countries. Those certifications have been issued in over 230 countries and territories around the world. So it really is quite pervasive. Cybersecurity is everyone's job, and it's a global job. And if I look at a map, it's pretty hard for me now to find a country where we haven't issued a significant volume of those 1 million NSE certifications.
Well, 1 million people in 230 countries being trained, that has to be making a difference. That has to be making a dent against the bad guys. That is awesome, Rob. Any last words or anything else you want to leave the audience with?
Yeah, I think certainly one of our goals within the Fortinet Training Institute is all about accessibility and making this training available to as many people as we possibly can. I mentioned our ecosystem of training partners, the academic training partners, we have commercial training partners. But when COVID hit, we made the decision as a training organization to take all of our training, which is about 500 hours worth of cybersecurity training, and make it all available for free in self-paced format online. And that's still available for free today. So as we kick off Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I'd encourage anyone out there that if cybersecurity training is something that you're looking for, go to training.fortinet.com. There's hundreds of hours worth of training that's there. It's developed by the best curriculum development team in the cybersecurity industry. It's there. Sign up, take a course, get started at the lower levels, and work your way up as high as you want to go.
Man, that is awesome. I can't wait to check it out, check out the latest versions you have, and I'm sure the audience can't either. Hey, it's always good talking to you, Rob, and great talking to our audience.
Great, thanks. Thanks a lot, Aamir. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.